All right, the day is here. We're gonna go ahead and add that new wire for the oven. We've got to figure out our measurements where we need that outlet to be. We're gonna pull it downstairs, bring it over into that bulkhead, run it over to the mechanical room. From the mechanical room, pass over through the bathroom ceiling, out into the breaker panel outside, and get that 40 amp hooked up. Should be loads of fun. So I tried to take together the wire for the microwave as well when I was running this, because I want to run the microwave wire on its own breaker, because I hate when microwaves are on other things. Because we've removed so many, we have such an empty panel, we have space for it. Dedicated run for the microwave as well. That way people don't run a hairdryer or something else, pop a breaker. It's just super annoying. If I got to pull a wire, and this already has to go all the way, that's going all the way. Issue I had is I drilled 3/4 inch hole, because that's what my 4-foot flex bit is, in order to fit through there. It was so tight, and even though I drilled through at an angle, I just could not get it to pull through. I mean, you saw me, I was trying to pull on it. I didn't tear up the jacket or anything. Here's the old electrical tape where we were at. I got it through, you can see where it was kind of hanging up, here and here, but that's as far as I could pull that wire through. So it was well through that bottom plate and the subfloor, but I couldn't get that sucker to go. So the oven line has been pulled all the way down. It's ready to go over here a little bit and outside. Oven will be hooked up. We still have the old 40 amp breaker, nothing wrong with it. Gonna reuse that. Now I've got to drill a second hole and pull the microwave wire through as well. All in all, it wasn't that bad. Upstairs, trying to fish through the wall, it's a little bit odd. The basement was traditionally framed, but then the upstairs, if you couldn't tell from things, we've got all these different things. The top half was done as a modular build, where they built the front half and then the back half. They brought them in, put them together, screwed them up. So the walls are a little bit wonky. They're actually framed 2x4s laying flat when you look at the walls on like the exterior and things. So trying to go every 16 on center isn't quite right because they're split this way up there. So it makes it a little bit harder to plan for doing some of these things. So other than that, it's really not been too bad. The rest of this pole, this is all open all the way to the mechanical room, and then the joists run this way out to the breaker, and because I've already had to pull the laundry room line, I actually already have access to the panel from the bathroom. There's already a hole cut. So go over there and fish this guy through the rest of the way. Time out. I know what you're thinking. He said he's running a dedicated microwave line and he pulled 14 gauge. Yeah, I did. But you know what? I know something you don't. I don't always think it through, so I'm gonna be pulling 12 gauge instead. All right, there we go. We got our 8.3 and our 12 gauge. So now we can actually run the microwave on a 20 amp versus a 15 amp. Makes it a little bit easier not to have to pick a specialty microwave to have such a low amp breaker. Okay, good to go. This wire right here, unlike the others, is not 240 voltage. This is just 120, but it does have a little conduit strip here. I think this used to just be a simple little space heater down here. I don't think the rest of the basement was really finished at the time when these electric heaters were put in back in '79. So I think this was just 120 volts, little tiny space heater. The basement hallway's on the other side here. This is just a 120 volt circuit. I'm actually just going to turn this around into the hallway and give us one outlet for vacuuming or I don't know, like a Glade plug-in, something that somebody can use, because that hallway has nothing currently, and that will take care of this guy right here, and that kind of ties up all of our loose ends as far as wires go. As you can tell from our time lapse, this is where our original ceiling fan was. All the switches in this house have a one wire pull, so you know that the power was already going to the light before it ever made it over to the switch. In this case, same as this bathroom, which is what I was hoping it wouldn't be, this is the main junction for this room. So everything actually comes from the breaker to here, and then from here, down to an outlet, down to an outlet, down to the outlet, and obviously over to the switch. We have a can light here, here, and then a little bit further, because it's a rectangle room, we've got some over back here. So there's no way for me to move this junction without cutting everything apart, pulling new lines, making it all work. I don't want to be demolishing the walls and the ceilings just to move this. So as much as I hate to do it, I am going to put on a blank wall cover just around one here. Might apply some ceiling texture to it before we put it up there, just so it kind of hides better. It's going to be obvious it's still there, but pretty up a little bit, just same knockdown texture, we'll just match it. That way, if ever it needs to be accessed again in the future, people will obviously still know where it is, it's still accessible, but we'll just make it a little bit prettier than a standard plastic. And hopefully that will work out for us.